Hi everyone, I'm Michelle from Equilibrio, and today we're going to have a look at applying some of the eyeshadows by Fox Ecolux Makeup. We put a bundle together called Chai Latte, and we're going to have a look at how to apply it today. Of course, you can apply it in many ways, but this is just one of the ideas. It's a great neutrals bundle that works really well for day and night. You can wear it more neutral during the day and build up for the evening. So let's start off by putting a nice primer on the lid. We've already done concealer, as you would have seen, around the eye with a damp either sponge or brush. And now we're going to use one of these more neutral eyeshadows. This one's called Matte Bone, and I'm going to apply that under the eye. And this sets my concealer, and I'm going to apply it all over the lid. Next up, I'm going to apply Chocolate Kiss, which is also in the bundle. You'll see that these are full-size eyeshadows. They're not half size like in a normal palette, so you get a full-size eyeshadow for this bundle. So Chocolate Kiss, we're going to apply just above the crease. Remember, if you apply eyeshadow too low and you have a small lower lid, it can close the eye up quite a bit. So especially when we get a bit older and our top lip lid gets a bit more heavy and it droops a little bit more, it's a good idea to put your eyeshadow higher than the lid. It opens up the eye and it gives you a bit of a lift. I'll show you on the other side, if you apply it too low and if you apply it on the lid, how it closes up the eye. Have a look at this. And I don't have a particularly small lid, but especially if you have a slightly hooded eye, you'll see how the effect is different. So I hardly ever make my bottom lid completely dark, because I find it makes my eye actually look a bit smaller. Okay, so not really planned, but I think I'll continue doing my eye slightly differently so you can see technique. This one being the one that I feel slightly closes up the eye, and this one which slightly opens up the eye. So let me know what you think and if you think this works. So next up, we're going to use in the same palette, the Fox palette, the Matte Mocha. It's a beautiful matte, slightly darker brown, which is really nice for in the crease. So now you've done a color slightly above the crease, and in this case on the actual eyelid. And for the next more defining color, I'm going to use Matte Mocha, and I'm going to use it in the crease and use it in a V in the corner of the eye. This will give you a slight cat eye kind of look that can really work very well in terms of defining the eye. And remember to blend. Now you're not going to take this color all the way across the lid. It's important that we keep it light so we can open up that lid, but we are going to just blend it a little bit. I like using my fingers. Now on the other side, I'm going to continue doing it on the lid and making the lid darker. And not going much above the crease. Now this technique is actually really great if you have a very big lower lid, if you want to make this lower lid smaller. It's important to remember that dark colors do bring your eyes back and light colors bring forward. So if you have a very big upper lid here, making it very light, and I'll show you just now by making it shimmery, bringing it forward is going to make your eye look droopy, where if you keep it slightly more blended, it does less of that. So if you have a very big upper lid here, watch out to keep it too light and really be careful with shimmer. So I'm going to also now use the same Matte Mocha to line my eye. Now, bearing in mind that dark pushes your eye back. You don't want to push the lower lid back too much because it makes you look tired. So I often use a dark eyeshadow with a very sharp edged brush, almost as a liner. Sometimes using a liner is really nice, especially if you're doing a proper smoky eye. But then you must be very careful how you apply it, and I'll do that maybe in a next video if you want me to. I'll show you now on this other eye using normal eyeliner. A lot of girls like applying eyeliner in the waterline, and it can look really nice because it can make colours pop, but it can also close the eye up quite a bit. So this is a beautiful liner, also by Fox, if you do want a liner. But can you see how it's making the eye look slightly more further back, and it's not necessarily something we want. So then you can also do eyeliner on the top, and the thicker you go, the more you're putting this lid backward, and the more you're making the top half of the eye look bigger. And there's nothing wrong with that if that is what you want, but I like opening up the eye. See the difference? Okay, so what I've done now is I've applied this luminescence. It's a product also by Fox that you can apply to cheekbones and so forth, but I often use it for my eyes. So what I've done is I've applied it to this eye here. Can you see that it's shimmery up here now? It's very popular at the moment to use a lot of shimmer, especially on the top of your eyelid. But I think it brings it forward even more. But what you can do also, and on this side I've demonstrated, is that you put some shimmer on the corner of your eye and on your lower lid. And that can actually also open up your eye a little bit more. So this one here is on the top and this one here is on the bottom. And here it brings it forward and actually makes your eye sparkle a little bit more. And on the other side, I think it makes the eye lid look a little bit heavier. For a little bit of extra warmth, I like adding copper lights to the middle of the eyelid to give it a little bit more warmth. It also makes blues of eyes pop, an orangey kind of colour. And I can apply it here, I guess, although it's already quite dark. And now for some mascara. So there you have it. I'll link all the products that I used below the video and also put them in the article on Equilibrio de Sierra. Hope you found this interesting. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, bye.